Deuteronomy 14. You are children of God, your God, so don't manipulate your bodies or shave your heads in funeral rites for the dead. You only are a people holy to God, your God. God chose you of all the people on the earth as his cherished personal treasure. Don't eat anything abominable. These are animals you may eat: ox, sheep, deer, goat, gazelle, roebuck, wild goat, ibex, antelope, mountain sheep, and any animal that has been chosen has a cloven hoof and chews the cud may not be eaten: camels, rabbit, a rock badger, because they chew the cud, but they don't have a cloven hoof. That makes them readily unclean. And pigs, don't eat pigs. They have a cloven hoof, but don't chew the cud, which makes them readily unclean. Don't even touch a pig's carcass. Nine and 10. This is what you eat from the water: anything that has fins and scales. But if it doesn't have fins or scales, you may not eat it. It is readily unclean. You may eat any readily clean bird. These are exceptions, so don't eat these: eagles, vulture, black vulture, kite, falcon, the buzzard family, the raven family, ostrich, nighthawk, the hawk family, little owl, great owl, white owl, pelican, osprey, cormorant, stork, the heron family, hoopy bat. (19 and 20). Winged insects are readily unclean. Do not eat them. But readily clean winged creatures are permitted. (21). Because you are a holy people, holy to God, your God, don't eat anything that you find dead. You can, though, give it to a foreigner in your neighborhood for a meal, or sell to a foreigner. Don't boil a kid in its mother's milk. 22 through 26. Make an offering of 10%, a tithe of all the produce which grow in your field year after year. Bring this into the presence of God your God at the place he designated for worship, and there eat the tithe from your grain, wine, and oil, and the firstborn from your herds and flocks. In this way you will learn to live in deep reverence before God your God, as long as you live. But if the place God your God designated for worship is too far away, and you can't carry your tithe that far, God your God will still bless you. Exchange your tithe for money, and take the money to the place of God your God has chosen to be worshipped. Use the money to buy anything you want: cattle, sheep, wine, or beer. Anything that looks good to you. You and your family can then feast in the presence of God your God and have a good time. Meanwhile, don't forget to take good care of the Levites who live in your towns. They won't get any property or inheritance from their own as you will. At the end of every third year, gather the tithe from all your produce of that year and put it in storage. Keep it in reserve for the Levite who won't get any property or inheritance as you will. And for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow who lives in your neighborhood, that way they'll get plenty to eat, and God your God will bless you in all your work. Thank you for listening to this chapter, and God bless.